live. I hope that I am coming over loud and clear, not over modulated, not under modulated. Get the headphones out of the way, and all seems to be well. If y'all can hear me, that would be great. How you doing, Jason? Are you able to hear me? Grandpa is late to his own part. I'm going to be late to my own funeral. I'll tell you what. I was just looking around at some things. I'm going to have to get with Steve on something. I was trying to figure out how to play like a background music and stuff or whatever until I got on, kind of like a countdown. I can share the screen, but I don't know if it'll share the audio, and it's hard to tell if it'll share the audio or not because if I turn my speakers on, then it's running. I'm shedding. I ain't got much hair to shed. I don't want to shed much more. Are you able to hear me? Is everything coming through nice and clear? Grandpa was late to his own part. Yep. So, anyhow, if you can hear me, that would be great. Can you hear me? Is anyone out there? You sound a little fuzzy. Okay. Distorted. Let's try some. Check. Okay, is that better? Can y'all hear me now better? Is it more better now? I don't know. For some reason, it popped up and said it was unplugged. Nothing ever works perfect the first time. And by the time you get everything set up right, then just louder but not clearer. Could be my mic. I'm not real sure. Wait. I don't know if that's going to make any difference or not. That's probably going to be real loud and real staticky. Well, I don't know. Does it sound worse than normal? I don't know what the deal is, to be honest with you. I would like to get a new mic. I was supposed to. Well, yeah, it was loud. I know I got my headphones on, about blew my deaf ears out. Well, hopefully it sounds okay. I don't know. It shouldn't make any difference on that, but we'll try that out and see how well that works. I don't want to hear myself. Still sounds distorted. I wonder if it could be my... Do you have a wire coat hanger and some aluminum? I got some... I'd have to... I don't know if I have a wire coat hanger, but I definitely got some aluminum foil. I could make me some antennas right there. I don't know why it sounds... Does it always sound distorted, or does it usually sound okay? Everything is hooked up, and it seems... My volume... Let me turn that down, see if that makes any difference on the StreamYard setting. Usually sounds great, but it's sounding bad now, huh? Well, I don't know. Because see, when I'm listening to my headphones right here, it sounds okay. But your technology doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, technical difficulty. Is it listenable, or is it just horrible? I'm just wondering if I should maybe reboot everything. Does that sound a little better? Just carry on and we can at least hear you. I don't know. When I moved the plug over there, it was popping like it wasn't plugged in good. It should have been though, so I don't know. Anyway, okay. We have wasted enough time already. I did figure out one thing. Last week I was trying to figure out why my camera wouldn't autofocus, and you turn something down, turn it back up, so we can at least hear the volume better. Okay, is that better? Maybe that'll be a little better. No better. Settings, audio. The little green bar is going almost all the way to the top, so that should be, it should be okay. I don't know. I just don't want to blow those speakers out and give headaches and all that funny stuff. Whoa. Anyway, where am I at? Let me get over here. So can you hear me now? Was that? Well, AT&T apparently have been having problems today, and can you hear me now? Obviously, probably wasn't working. Yes, better. Okay, good deal. Yeah, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile apparently was down this morning. Must have been down before I got up and around, because of course, I don't use none of those, but a lot of those providers run off the same towers, so you just never know. Anyway, the autofocus, I didn't have my SD card in the camera, therefore it was disabling the autofocus for some reason. I never paid much attention to that. Apparently I usually have the SD card in the camera. Taking that while ago, because I had to do a review on a 4-in-1 soil monitor. Supposed to help tell you where your plants need water and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's not what this is about. If you need a spark and you're tired of listening to me ramble, let's get to the point of this video or live stream, and then we'll see if anybody else has anything to say. There are several things that you don't want to do, one of which happened to me yesterday or the day before yesterday, and it normally never happened. I have never... I'm echoing bad. My mama just texted me, you're echoing bad, like too close to the mic. Okay, we'll back that up. The AT&T outage was in the area, but I think I slept in, obviously. Anyway, maybe that's better. Is that better, Mom? Just say yes or no on texting. Anyway, I got a shopping order yesterday or the day before, and I've never had this issue. How you doing, Mr. Rumble? No, it's not better. Am I echoing to y'all? I don't know. I really need to get a new mic. This mic is not a USB mic like some of the, I'm not going to say cheaper ones, the less expensive ones, because probably mic is definitely not good, mate. Well, I can't do anything. I can turn it off. I don't know. Do you have the mic turned up too high? It sounds like it's pretty high to me on my end, but is that better? Maybe that'll be a little better right now. I turned the modulation down. I can still hear me. There. It's just not modulating very high, but that might be okay. And I might have been talking louder than normal. Way better. Okay. All right, I guess I had it turned up too loud, and I was probably talking too loud too. Neighbors will be turning me in for being too loud. I'm not a, I know I'm jumping around on conversations here. I'm not a peeping Tom, but the other day when we had the snow, I was looking out my windows, and the person that lives directly across from me has a big mic set up. So I'm just wondering if they are into YouTube or if they're a podcaster or what. I see the guy every once in a while, but I'm just curious, but how do you ask somebody that? Because they're going to say, you looking at my windows? And that's a little weird, and I don't want to go there, but we just got back from the largest order I've ever done. Wow. Yeah, I saw you had said something at the very first. Chipotle. Well, hopefully you made some good money on it. But what I was going to say, the shopping order. Now, this was a good shopping order, but it was a big shopping order. It was like 70 items, but it paid $49, I believe it was. And Mom says, yes, that's good. Okay. I guess I had it turned up, the modulation turned up too high. Anyway, I get an in-app message from the customer that says they need to change the address. And that is a big clue right there. Don't do it. However, in short, don't do it. The address, this was 5'3" 8 inches. Cool. That sounds like a big one. But the address that they was wanting to change it to is a very nice neighborhood. I mean, not one of the top ends of Wichita, but it's in the $300,000 home range for house prices. So I'm sure it was legitimate. The thing of it is it's easy to say that you didn't get your food. Now, granted, and that's where you have, I didn't do it. Because, you can use your own judgment on things like that, I guess. But my reason why you don't do it, no matter where it's going, and if it's next door and this was number one, I won't say the street name because I don't want to put that out there. But it was number one. Now, if they put down number 3 and it was one house off, that wouldn't be too bad because maybe they was visiting or just moved in, got their address wrong. But as it turned out, it was a business, but the business was closed. But they wouldn't hardly respond to me, and I kept trying to do the shopping order. But no matter how nice the neighborhood is, don't do it. For the simple fact, number one, you can't show that you are at the drop-off if you're not there because your app will detect you're not there. But you can kind of bypass that because you can go to that address, it's in the app, mark that you're there, and then you can drive over to the other address. I believe, I haven't tried this, but I believe you could go over to the other address, unload it, and then take your picture. Thing of it is, if that customer said, I didn't receive my order, then you have no proof. Because the picture that you take is not going to be the picture of the location that's in the app. So just don't do it. And I had thought about doing it for the simple fact of the house location. It's not likely that they was being dishonest, and more than likely it was just they had made the order from work and their work address was on their app for delivery because the business was closed. And I understand you mess up sometimes. I've had people do that before. But if you do that, that's on you. And they can easily say they didn't get it, and you have no proof. Now, another thing that I saw on Reddit yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, somebody had posted, it was a customer, and they had posted a picture, or, when the driver takes a picture of the drop-off, then it goes to the customer as well. So this customer has a picture of the bags of goods in the back of the car. People were commenting, I do that sometimes because if the customer's in the driveway or if they're carrying the stuff in, at least I have proof that I was there. You ain't got one bit of proof you were there. The GPS, if Spark support wants to go in and find your Jeep, because they track you, every move you make while you're on that app, they know exactly where you're at. So they can see that you went to that location if they go through that much trouble. But the picture you took, all you had to, as far as they're concerned or anybody else concerned, all you had to do is drive in front of the house and then leave. And then you could pull down to the park or down the street and take a picture of the stuff in the back of your car and say, here's proof that I was there. That is no proof. Don't do that. I don't care if the customers come out and get every bit of the groceries and carry them in before you take that picture. But go ahead and take that picture anyway because you got the front of their house. That is proof that you are there, and you can put handed to customer. And why they make you take a picture when it's handed to customer, I don't know, but they do. And I don't suggest, if it's kids coming out to help carry in the groceries and stuff, don't take a picture of their kids. I've seen some people doing that, and I've seen comments on it. They don't care who it is, they're going to take the picture. That in today's times, a customer may not realize that you're taking that picture for the app. They may be thinking you're just taking pictures of their kids, and you don't want to do that. Now, if it's an adult, I try not to do it. I usually catch them. You can see them inside their door, but you can't see their face or anything. But take a picture of the front of the house, and if they're carrying in the groceries, as long as it's not a kid's, take a picture of the porch, or them carrying it in, as long as it's not kids. If it's kids, take a picture of the garage, or just off center a little bit. Don't take a picture of the kids. But don't take a picture of the stuff in the back of your car and say that's proof, because it is not proof. And there was 5 or 6 people that commented on that Reddit post that is their proof that they were there, and it is not proof. So don't do those two things. Those are two definite things. Don't change the address, and don't deliver to a different address that is on the app. I contacted driver support, and they advised me to tell the customer that they would have to either accept the order where it was placed at, where they put it in to drop off, or they would have to cancel the order. Well, the customer wouldn't do nothing. I spent 10 minutes waiting on them, so I canceled the order. I sent them a message, said I apologize for it, and, that's just the way it is. It's CYA. If you don't know what that is, just think about it. You'll figure it out. So, that's 2 things that you definitely don't want to do. And if anybody's got any other things, I haven't read yet, so if anybody has anything else for new drivers, throw it in the chat right now. It would might help them, might keep their job. Okay. Now, that's about all I had to say. Let's get back. We wasted, 10 minutes talking about the microphone, and I guess I had it turned up. Anyway, I will not go anywhere else that's listened. I never will. Yeah. I almost did, but I thought, no. I mean, there was a real good chance that it was honest. It was an honest mistake, but what if it wasn't? That 50, 60 items, you're probably talking $300 at food prices nowadays. $300 to $500 really, because they had some meat on there too. Good Lord, y'all priced ribeyes at Walmart like $28. People were saying to watch your shopping orders. Some items are marked perishable when they are not, but once you scan at the time of the store. Yeah, that's true. I've noticed a lot of times now on my shopping orders, depends on your Walmart, because most Walmarts are set up the same where the frozen food is in the front. But we do have one Walmart, and its frozen food is in the back. But a lot of times you have produce and then frozen food. But a lot of times it'll have me pick up the produce, and then I'll have to get ice cream, and then I still got 15 to 18, 20 more items to go. And that's where you got to watch your timer. But they give you so much time on that. Anybody, in all reality, I've never even came close, and I'm kind of fast, but I'm not like flying through the store. I've never even come close to running out of the time. I do know somebody that did. I don't know what they did to make themselves run out of time. Maybe they was having stomach issues and spent a lot of time in the bathroom. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, just pay attention to your timer. And yeah, there are, what was it? It was something out of the bakery. It might have been like the rolls, that's on the wall back over, across from the cakes. Most all Walmarts are set up basically the same. But it was like the rolls or something, and it put a timer on there. And I was like, what? That was messed up. There was something else that I saw a notice on it, but I didn't notice it on the app. But they were talking about you can click on something and see the map of the store. And I don't know. That was some new update that Spark had. I have not seen that, but you might check it out. I don't know why you need a map of the store. It's telling you exactly where to go. Unless it's like those, the GR aisles, the middle ones between, at the end of the groceries section in the middle. Those I can kind of see, because I've had a couple of items. I don't know where they was at. It was right before Christmas. It was for a big crock pot. I believe it was a crock pot or pressure cooker. And I was all over on the other side where the housewares and all that is, trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. So I marked it unavailable. And then when I got over to the grocery side, it was over there. But I'd already marked it, so I didn't worry about it. Anyway, I usually let them know I have to take a picture of the delivery for the app purposes for me to be able to complete proof of delivery. And they should know it. Unless they're new customers, they should know it. But yeah. And what gets me is they want you to, can you send me, oh Lord. Having issues with my China dolls. They want me to send a picture. That kind of threw me off. I can't send them a picture. I'll have to ask my mama to go. Man, I hate for her to have to do that. I need a picture of the lawnmower box where it says the size, Mom, if you're listening. But yeah, most customers know that you got to take pictures. But the Spark apps want you to it'll pop up every once in a while with the address, and once you take the address, probably 70% of the houses in Wichita Falls do not have addresses, especially on the porch, or even, when you step back off the porch. Some people have them way over here, over by the garage, so you can't get the items and the address in one picture, if they even have an address. Some of these, I was talking about the $300,000 homes in Wichita Falls, apparently can't afford 29-cent numbers to put on a house, or how much ever they are now. It's crazy. But anyway. But yeah, always take a picture of at least the front of the house. Don't take a picture of the stuff in your truck. That was, I don't want to call them people stupid, but that was dumb. That proves absolutely nothing. And another thing, and this happened. If you get to the end of your day, if you're new, if you're not new, y'all already knows. If you get to the end of your day and you find a can of corn or what was that? I put it on my mom's counter yesterday. Some spices. Parsley flakes. I think it was parsley flakes. Don't freak out about it, and don't worry about calling driver support and telling them you found it, because they don't know. Just do whatever you want to with it and go on. If it's like a big item, let's see, well, about 3 years ago, I had some, what are those called, AirPods, those Apple AirPods. And yeah, I think they were a lot more expensive then than what they are now. And on those, I did call driver support and asked them about that. And they told me the store that it came from. And I took it back to that store that they said it came from. And Kayla, which was, I know her, she was working over there at the time at one of our Walmarts. And I told her about it. She looked it up and they didn't have any clue. She said it's not from our store. But that high price of an item, I didn't want to keep it. That would have made me feel like I was a thief. Like I said, if it's parsley flakes or a can of corn or whatever, don't worry about it. Stuff, especially if you don't have to, I highly suggest you have totes in your car. But used to, Walmart would let you carry the totes. A lot of them still do, and some of them, technically it's against their policy to do that, but a lot of them will let you. You're better off just buy your own. If you're going to do this all the time, have your own totes. How you doing, Miss Lisa? On the perishable items, I mean, it might be a pair of socks. Yeah, okay. And it will be more perishable. Which or just generic? I would say one of the same, isn't it? But yeah, I have noticed there's a couple of things that have popped up. Was a dried box of cereal, just dry cereal. I had one time tell me that it was a perishable item. I am doing okay, Miss Lisa. Just trying to make a living and doing the best I can. There's you got an old song. My kid's mama's name was Lisa, and today she would have been 56 years old. One thing about it, she didn't ever have to worry about growing old. Or older. Anyway. And tomorrow, y'all can say happy birthday to my mom. She's on here. She's not on here where she can talk, but she's on there. And tomorrow, I thought she was going to be 79. She's going to be 80 years old. So, y'all can say happy birthday. Yeah, because today's the 22nd, and tomorrow's the 23rd. So, anyway. And my nephew's birthday is the day after that. Lots of birthdays in February and March. I don't know about March. I think we got them on March anyway. And then in April. But anyway, happy birthday to your mom. See, Mom, people will say happy birthday. You know, she was going to, when I wasn't doing it, she was going, and it's not a bad thing, but, and I've gotten better at it, but she was like, you need to hurry up and get back to work, and she was absolutely right, 100% right, but she was wanting me to come get her so she could carry the cases of water and I wouldn't have to carry them. That is a mama's love, you know what? She has a hard time carrying her own water from her car to in the house. Usually it'll sit there until, my nephews or one of the grandkids come by, and she was wanting to go with me so she could carry the water. That was sweet. But I went ahead and carried water, and apparently it was okay. I just started doing that though. I gave that about 3 weeks to heal up on the inside. I wasn't I mean, my cut is still bleeding, but you can see that. I was worried about the insides where you can't see, but anyway, I survived. And I'm just getting back into sparking, so, and electricity's still on, so that's a plus. That camera's not low. My hands should be way up here. But anyway, I need a different lens. So anyway, yeah, y'all just be careful on the different things you do. I really wish they would go back to scanning the IDs to, some of y'all remember, what was it, about 8 months ago? Was it a year ago, maybe? When they started verifying your ID, or you had to scan your driver's license, and you had to do the facial recognition to turn your head left and right and all that. I wish they'd go back to scanning ID, because apparently people have figured out how to beat the turning your head. I don't know. Because there's people out there, even in Wichita Falls, that are running these bots and illegal accounts. I used to read on Reddit about the illegal account holders would do shopping orders, and then they would sit outside waiting on their ride, and then they would switch phones, and that person would go deliver that order while they was taking another order. And I've seen it happen right here in Wichita Falls. I couldn't prove it, but it's kind of funny when you go into the store and you see some of the same people sitting up at the front of Walmart with a grocery cart full of items, and that they've already got bagged up, and they're just sitting there. And that's 2 or 3 times a day. So it's not a customer waiting on an Uber or a taxi. It is somebody that's working the system. So it is a definite thing. And I guess technically that's not running illegal apps, because if you had 2 people, like a husband and a wife or whatever, or just a couple of people, and they were just switching the phones out, they may have a legitimate account, and the other person have a legitimate account. It's just they're switching the phones. I don't know. I'm not really too much against that. I'm against the people that's running 2 or 3 apps, Spark apps, and those would be illegal accounts. But if they go back to scanning the IDs, I think that would be better. Because the facial recognition thing, I don't know. Apparently, they figured out a way to beat it. And I did read something today, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I've noticed it. It'll come up like earn extra earnings or first come, first serve. The notifications you get on top of your phone, nothing ever shows up. And somebody was posting on Reddit today, and they said that some people were saying that some of the bots that people are running, or the apps that they're running, that grab the orders, will block other phones. Now, I do know for a fact there are Wi-Fi blockers. You can disable your Wi-Fi signals and cellular signals. I think you can do cellular signals. I know for a fact you can do Wi-Fi, because some companies have the Wi-Fi blockers in their buildings to keep people from using their phones while they're at work. Those are legit. They do have those. So I guess you could incorporate that into an app that would block other people in the immediate area. I don't know, because this person was saying that their rating was going down, or their acceptance rating, which don't really make much difference, but it was going down, and they was getting no orders. They called support, and support said that they had been given the orders, and they're saying whether they're letting them time out. They never showed up, so something was blocking them. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but I have noticed especially in the last week. It could have been longer, but I've only been back to sparking in about a week now. but I've noticed that it is saying that more often than it used. Every once in a while, I used to it would. It's saying it quite like 7 or 8 times today. It would pop up and say that there was an offer available, and nothing ever populated the screen. So I don't know. So anyway, what am I rambling about? So if anybody's got any points on or any thoughts on new drivers, any advice for them, go ahead and throw it in. Since that title, since I titled it like that, somebody new from Deal Spark may come watch this live stream if they can get through the first 10 minutes of me talking about the mic, which I would probably leave. I probably wouldn't hang around to watch some guy talk about the microphone. So did you get the message about the mic? My channels or email. No, I didn't get a message about the mic. No, I didn't get a message about the mic. But I'm not. Well, my Facebook is open, but I don't know what. Oh, you got my Dash and Grandpa. Do. Whoa. I didn't want that. I wanted this, and that. T-Boo. I don't have a message on there either. I don't know. On Messenger. Gotcha. Yeah, well, did I send you a picture? I'll get those to you. Let me make a little money so I can pay the shipping, and then I'll get them to you. And I have your address somewhere. I'll just have to find it. But yeah, you covered the CYA, covered your ARSH thing well. Yes, all tracks need to be covered. Yeah, definitely don't fall for that. And like I said, the house that they wanted to change the address to, very really nice neighborhood, and I'm sure it was legit. And probably a typo. Should be ARSE. Is that right? ARSE. But driver support can't change it. They wound up sending me to Tier 2, and Tier 2 was like, what do you need? And I told them, and they're the ones that told me to have the customer either accept it for where it was going, or have the customer reorder. And that's a bad thing. This was probably 7 o'clock in the evening, so that customer wasn't going to get their groceries at night. And it makes it real tempting. And if it was not that neighborhood, I would say that would have been a good order to try to scam Walmart over, because that was a big shopping order. And I'm glad they texted me when they did, or messaged me on the app when they did, because if I would have been finished with that order, or close to finished, I would have been really mad. So, anyway, yeah, I just wouldn't do it. Because driver support can't change it, and they can put notes in there that what happened, and when I wound up having to cancel the order, so it wasn't supposed to go against my drop rate, but I did notice my customer service, or customer what's it called? Your rating, customer rating. Oh man, my mind went blank. Oh, well, it went back up. Oh, it went up. It was green at 4.7, but when you get on the lower end of 4.7, it turns red. Now it's back to it's went to 4.8 now, so I must have a good rating. I wonder. There was an order I did today. And y'all you got to pay attention to your miles. If you have like a small town outside of your main area, the addresses can be way off. So pay attention to your mileage. And I should have, but this order, you want to talk about BFE. It was west of Burkburnett, Texas, and south or north of Iowa Park, Texas, way out there. Even the lady, she was like, "What? She had you deliver that out here?" I guess her daughter maybe ordered it for her. But I don't know how Spark even had that far out. I don't even know how they let that address go by, but it had an Iowa Park address, and Iowa Park is only, 9 or 10 miles from that Walmart. As it turned out, it was about 21 miles out in the country. Nothing out there. There is, I don't know if y'all are into old cemeteries, I think it was on Texoma Road Trippers, a YouTube channel that I used to have. I still have it, but it's Clara, Texas, Clara. All there is now is an old cemetery and an old church. The community and the houses fell apart, deteriorated over the years, probably back in the 1800s, early 1900s. Nothing out there but a cemetery. Anyway, when I saw that church, I remembered where I was at. But pay attention to your mileage, that's for sure. I'm glad my rating went back up. I was really getting kind of worried. I was discouraged about that because I thought that customer, which I'm sure that customer was upset night before last, because they didn't get their order. But, I hate to say it, but it really isn't my problem. I'm customer oriented, and I'm everybody oriented. I try to keep everybody happy. But it's hard to keep people happy. Mr. Steve, what's up? Brandon, got back to Denver and going to make that video tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, they asked me about that earlier, and I'd already told them that you said it would be Friday. And I need to talk to you at some point, Steve, because I was trying to figure out, I know it's nothing major, but like on your live streams, and we'll talk, but basically I just want to figure out how to have I know how to share the screen on your live streams before you start, and I know how to do all that, but the audio, because I know you have audio on yours, I don't know how to make sure it's coming through, because if I turn my speaker on, it's going to be playing through my speaker anyway. It's not really that it's going through StreamYard, it's coming through my speaker. So I just need some pointers on it. Maybe I'll at you sometime tomorrow. But not a big deal. Glad you made it up there and back. Let's see, you went to, where was it, New Mexico for a delivery. Was it a good delivery? I'm assuming it was if you drove that far. That would be across the hill. Easy fix. I can help you in 5 minutes. Okay, cool. I'll get with you either later or tomorrow or something. I see where the button says to share audio, but I don't know that it is sharing the audio. I've had such a trouble using StreamYard. Really? Well, it may be different using it on your phone. I haven't tried it on a phone. I don't know. I don't know how it would work on a phone. But I think if you're on your phone, I believe YouTube, well, I don't know how well it works, but I think YouTube has their own live streaming. 1,080 miles for 1050. What? Yeah, those are tax deductible miles. Yeah, I would have definitely done that. Oh, you used it on your laptop. It should. You shouldn't have any help or any problem with it. I didn't, but I don't know. But Mr. Steve could probably, if you can narrow the problem down. 700 plus in tax write-off. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what, 60, was it 60, it's the same as last year, isn't it? 65.5 cents or 67.5 cents a mile? So, that is a lot to dinero. That is a fact. I've got all my stuff to do, my taxes. Good thing about my taxes this year is I don't have DoorDash, I don't have Uber, I don't have Grubhub at 68 cents. Oh, okay. And I don't have any other, I have Amazon, which Amazon screwed me over, but what's new? I read something, I didn't look it up, but something I read said that the standard deduction went up. Your individual standard deduction. They said it went up. I don't know how much, but Amazon's going down as a hobby. So anyway, hopefully I got a lot of miles too. But yeah, that's a lot of miles. But that was a good little haul, especially if you could do it in your vehicle. And not like a pallet of water. I saw a guy put a pallet of water, I mean a full pallet, in the back of a half-ton pickup. It was sitting like this. I don't know how far he was going, but that's a lot of weight on a half-ton pickup. It might have been a three-quarter ton. I'm pretty sure it was a half-ton. That was dumb. I would have split that up, and especially if he was doing it for a job. Could have put that on a trailer. $150 control boards weighing 100. Oh wow, that wasn't nothing then. Heck yeah. Was that on? I know it wasn't Rody. Rody never pays any like that anymore. Used to, you'd see one every once in a while. I'm trying to remember the name of that app you use all the time because you're always talking about it. I just can't remember it. Oh, Curry. Yeah, Curry. Yep. Man, I wish we had Curry here. Wichita Falls is so far behind on everything. I still got my mic on from doing the review earlier, and I got in another dash cam to do, and I got in. If y'all want to know what I got a lawnmower, I got a pressure washer, I have a lift chair, I have a dash cam, I have a keyboard for your tablet, which I'm going to keep that for sure. The lift chair, I'm going to have to figure out how to sell that because it's a medical device, and you cannot list medical devices on Facebook. And I don't do eBay because I don't want to pay shipping. Anyway, so has Spark been good, y'all? You know I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but the last few days that I have done Spark, I have noticed the tips were about where they used to be a couple of years ago, because I had a few like $15 to $25 tips, and it just seems to be kind of strange that a lot of people was talking about Walmart keeping tips, and then all this stuff came out with the strike, so it made the national news. And now these tips are higher. How you doing, Miss Ellen? Hope all is well out in your neck of the woods. Should be warming up nicely out there this time of year. Today was supposed to be warmer than yesterday, but yesterday it was 80. My car, I don't know officially, but my car showed 86 degrees. Today it was supposed to be warmer, but it was only 74. Maybe those solar rays that are supposed to be coming. I wonder if that's what knocked out the cellular service. Somebody said something about we're supposed to have solar rays coming. It's been beautiful. Yeah, I bet it has. One of these days, I want to come back out there. The one time that I did make it out there, I was addicted to the what the area is known for. I was addicted to the slot machines, and I didn't get to see a lot of stuff out there. And I'd like to go back. Not to the casinos, but Red Rock Canyon and was it the Hoover Dam and all that, and so much to do and so many things. My grandson went there, and how old was Charlie? Oh, I feel bad. My son's son, he wanted to go to Vegas, but I've seen a lot of pictures. Apparently, there's a lot for little kids. He's probably 7, 6, 7. I'm not real sure. I figure my mom was saying, I figure she'll text me in a minute and tell me how bad I am for not remembering. Oh, 6. I was right. I said 6, 7. So, yeah, he was wanting to go to Vegas. I think his mama went to Vegas for her birthday last month. And I think he saw the pictures and probably thought it was all neat looking, so he wanted to go. So they took him to Vegas. They live over in Utah, so it's not, I guess it's not too far. In St. George, Utah. Beautiful. My son didn't want to come back. And I don't blame him, because when you look at Wichita Falls compared to that part of Utah, but I'm an outdoorsy person, so I would have loved it. Anyway, that's way off subject there. 60 miles about. See, my mama, for some reason, I have logged her, well, she watches it on her TV too. And she might watch it on her tablet also. But I've logged, I don't know if I've logged her in on her tablet, but it don't stand, and she don't remember her passwords and all that. And the only thing she could do is chime in, and then she can text me and say the same thing. I have a no, yes, that's good, no problem, LOL, thanks, try you 60 miles. So, I guess a private chat. Anyway. Yeah, the tips, knock on wood, they continue to be good, but it's just coincidental? I don't know. I'll hopefully it'll keep like that. And they've stuck too. And that's something else. If you're a new driver, it's a hit and miss. It's a gamble every time you take a big tip order. I live in an apartment, so I can't say if it's a big tip going to an apartment, odds are it's going to be a tip bait, because that ain't necessarily true. And really, in all reality, if you got 3 deliveries and each person's only tipping like $5 to $10 a piece, which is what I would tip, is about $10. Depends on how much it was. That could be $30 right there, if all 3 of them just would tip a little bit. So I think a lot of times, though, they'll put then a couple of no tippers with 1 tip. And if that 1 tip doesn't go through, then you just delivered 3 orders for probably $7. And it's bad because these apps are beginning to make the customers not only pay fees, but also pay the drivers. And it's getting to the point that these companies are just making a boatload of money off the customers, off the retailers and the restaurants, and everybody. They're making their money. If I remember right, an Italian food place in Burke Burnett, I asked the guy, a really nice guy, good food too. I think he told me that DoorDash charges them like 30 or 33%. It was way up there. They said, which almost makes no profit. But it keeps the customers happy, and then those customers will eventually come into the restaurant. So I guess it's worth it. I don't know. So yeah. Anybody got anything going on? Steve making all the money out there in Colorado and New Mexico. Man, I would like to. I really want to come back to Colorado, but I want to be on the east side of the mountains. Not, you know, when I was there that one time, was it Monarch Pass? I mean, everywhere you went, you had to go across Monarch Pass. It kind of, I mean, it was pretty, but after 3 or 4 trips, it was kind of like, okay, let's get on over and get across there. But I'd like to go see some of those waterfalls before I get to where I can't go see those waterfalls, because there's a lot of waterfalls on probably, well, Steve would know. I don't really know. I just know they're not on the southern part of the Rockies. They're in Colorado. They're from Denver to Pikes Peak, all over in that area. I just want to go places. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go somewhere right now. As soon as I get caught up on everything, I'm going somewhere. I'm going out of town. I don't know where I'm going. It may just be to Dallas or Oklahoma City or somewhere. I've got to get out of here. Too much crap going on. It has gone on, and I need to get away. You ever do that? I'd like to get my camera and just take a road trip wherever, whichever way the wind's blowing. Walk outside, throw a piece of grass up in there, see which way it's blowing, and go that way. So does anybody have anything to say? Because I'm running out of stuff to say, and usually I can keep saying stuff because y'all are writing something, but nobody's writing anything, and Mom ain't texting me, nobody else is texting me, and I could read y'all the email from can you send me a photo? Anyway, I guess if nobody has nothing to say, I'm running out of stuff to say. And it is 10:01 anyway, so it is time to shut down. And I got to edit. That plant thing was kind of cool, y'all. I'll show you right quick. Hold on. This is what it is. If y'all have houseplants and you don't have a green thumb and your houseplants kind of die sometimes, this thing will tell you the moisture level in your soil, which my mom thought that one plant that she had to send a plant home because I didn't have any plants to do so I could do this review, and it actually had 75% moisture in the dirt, according to this. It kind of felt a little dry, but it says that it has at 10%, it will it will flash and the light on the probe. This is a light up here, and that also senses if you buy a plant where they'll say low lighting, what's the word, diffused lighting or high lighting, it will tell you your lighting too. So if you are not a big green thumb person like me, you might check that out. It seems like it's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't have any plants, so either my mom or somebody will have a use for it. I had somebody in mind, but I don't know that situation, so we will see. Anyway, y'all, I am going to edit this video, and I want to do the. Oh, I got to do that. Well, I can't. I'm not going to do that dash cam tonight. I don't know. I do want to do the keyboard for my tablet. I want to see how that works. I've never had one. I've never had I had a tablet, but we wound up using it for the monitor for the security camera. But this tablet seems to be a little more responsive, a little quicker, so it might be pretty cool. Anyhow, I'm out of here, folks. If y'all have anything to add, and if you want to leave a comment about anything for new drivers, any suggestions for them, they might appreciate it, and I would appreciate it, because I don't care how long you've been doing this. It's kind of like life. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could probably ask my mother, and like I said, she'll be 80 years old tomorrow. You always got time. You always got things that you can learn, because I don't think you'll ever know it all until you die, and then it don't really matter anymore. But yeah, just share whatever you got to know, because it doesn't matter how old you are or how much experience you got. It could be something new. These apps change all the time, different situations, new scams. People trying to figure out how to get something for nothing. So let's not let them do that. Help us all out. Share what you know. Anyway, appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out with me and listening to me ramble and fuss and gripe and whine about the microphone, and hopefully I don't know, maybe it'll sound good next time. We won't have to spend 10 minutes on trying to get that straightened out. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something, because you are going to grow older if you don't. And I will see y'all next time. I'm going to put my cursor right there so I can hit that. And now when I say bye, I can click that. So good night, y'all. Thanks for coming, for real. Appreciate you.